that the idea behind Freddy Dairy came with me, so that everybody knows. I initiated it. I met with all the political parties, including DA. I met with Mr. Jagelson. And there are records that DA supported the project. There are records. That is why I say, can you please, when dealing with this matter, take a holistic approach. I met with COPE when Comrade Kaskam Kitlan was still with them. They supported it. It's on record. I met with Freedom Front Plus. They also supported this project. Not only that, somebody has asked me, did you approve the project? The project was not approved by me. It was approved by the whole Free State legislature. That includes EFF. It is on record. The honorable member was not there. Go and check your records in the Free State.
Chairperson, this is out of order. This project was initiated in 2012. The EFF came into form part of elections in 2014. This man is mad. It's crazy.
You know, no, wait, honorable member. You know, there's only one thing that I always tell members. When you know that probably what the intention was doesn't go your way, the only way is very silently try an exercise that is going to make the meeting disrupted or go wayward. I usually say, just ignore something that has got nothing to do with what we're all about. Pretend as if someone has not said anything, because the best way to get attention is to do things that are going to deflate the attention all to yourself. Pretend as if you have not heard anything. Minister, can you continue?
Comrade Willie Chabalala, a member of EFF, will tell you about this project for your information. So this project was approved by a collective of all the parties who were there. And those who were not there at that particular time continue to support the project. And I'm sure if you visit Friede Dairy, you'll support it too. Have I benefited anything out of that project, Honorable Chair? I have never thought of initiating any project because I want to benefit. The idea behind Friede Dairy was that in the milk industry, black people are not players at that level of Clover, Parmalat, and Nestle. If you go to Friede, you will see the magnitude of that dairy, that the aim was to bring a balance in the milk industry in terms of the South African population, because the beneficiaries, all of them are black. And that was the sole aim. I do not have a relative there who's part of the beneficiaries. I have never met with Estina. I don't know who they look like. but I initiated the project. I'm sure for further details, as I've said, information is available in the Department of Agriculture when it comes to this project. Waterkloof Air Force Base, plane landing. I'm glad that I'm getting an opportunity to deal with this matter, Honorable Mandela. It always puzzles me how easily South African people get convinced on rumors. I've always found it very difficult. How would anybody believe that a mere MEC from Free State can influence the landing of a plane in a different province from another international country? What powers would I be having to really influence this? At that particular time, I did not even know this Waterkloof Air Force Base. I did not even know whether there is an Air Force Base that is called Waterkloof. So I really don't know anything about this matter. And I hope everybody understands this. I have already answered a trip to overseas. I have gone to Dubai many times. In fact, yesterday, I landed in South Africa from Dubai so that I assist the media and honorable members. I really continue to go there when I have a business to do in Dubai. And I will do so moving forward. We had a conference, Diamond Conference there in Dubai. And I was one of the main speakers, which went very well. I have gone to Dubai on investment missions. I've gone to India, I've gone to Switzerland, and should members want to find the details of those trips, I am sure we'll be able to interact with them in my court papers, to say the least. I did travel to Switzerland using an aeroplane. I don't know the number. I did not take the number. And you know, an aeroplane takes many people. And if I'm required to count who's in the plane with me, it's not a private plane. So it will be unfortunate. But what I know is that my officials were with me. Anybody else in that plane, unfortunately, I did not have a list of those people. And so I can't provide an appropriate answer. I did indicate that I met Glencoe, I met Tageta, I made them talk. 2.1 billion. I have answered that. I don't always remember the first time I meet people, unless they are very dear to me and I meet them under the tree and those memories keeps on coming to me. I may not be able to answer that question appropriately. If you ask me when the first time you met Makutufan, I don't know. But I know I've met him several times, but the first time, and how was it? I meet many business people as I do my work. It is the same with this family. I'm really just asking myself, honorable members, why this family? Why is this portfolio committee just interested in my meeting with just one family? Just one. I have said it before, I meet many people, and in Dubai I've also met some interesting business people, including business people from South Africa in the diamond industry. And I've already said to one of them, come, let's talk. So they'll be coming to South Africa because we want to beneficiate here at home. That is our aim. If there's any problem from anybody with the Guptas, please let me know. I'm not part of that problem. And I can honestly tell this portfolio committee, if there's a need to meet them tomorrow, I'll meet them. Publicly, anywhere. So that you are all aware that I do not have an issue with them currently, unless there is an issue that needs me to change my view on any of the stakeholders. I continue to meet with people who insult me in media every day, but I meet with them because I'm a leader. These people have not insulted me. But what I will not do, and you can write because I can see you are writing for record purposes, I will never favor any business person over the other. If I meet with people, I'm objective. If they are in the wrong, I deal with them. If you want proof, say I must give you records on the section 54s that I've implemented against them. When I find that they are in the wrong, I deal with them decisively. Because my work is to engage with everybody. I do not know anything about the CV, but maybe it will help you for me to indicate and say, if you know Friede, it's a very small town, Friede. Everybody knows everybody there in Friede. If you ask me, do I know Mr. Makubo, who stays in 48, I know him because we all know each other there. But I did not have anything to do. In fact, the first time I hear that my CV is on the news is when I was asked a question. Did I know Tutuzani before? It's unfortunate that my own president is referred as Ubabaga Tutuzani. I regard President Zuma as my president, not Ubabaga Tutuzani. If you think that is the title befitting the president, it's unfortunate. I have been taught
Chairperson, order, Chair.
to respect
Order.
my leaders.
Honorable Paul, sir. What is the order?
Chairperson, the gentleman, the elderly gentleman just told me to shut up. I want him to apologize. Before that bloke speaks, he apologizes.
You know, Honorable Person, you just said in this meeting someone is mad. And no one asked you to ask for an apology.
No, but he is mad.
Then that's why I'm saying we are going to focus on the work of, please, honorable members, we must focus on the work of this committee.
You see, Chairperson, this is why this man
Honorable
can get
Paulson.
away with
Honorable
what he does.
Paulson.
Because this committee, with its
Honorable
its
Paulson.
ANC lackeys,
But Honorable
are an extension
Paulson.
of that executive.
Honorable
They're here to
Paulson.
protect him.
Honorable Paulson, you should.
They are here to protect him. They must hold him to account.
I'm protecting you.
No, but they
Wait,
are protecting
I'm
him.
protecting you
I don't need
because,
protection.
because what you said in the House, I deliberately ignored. They should be angry to me that I didn't ask you to apologize. Because I knew if I ask you to apologize, we are gonna be deflated. I want us to deal with this matter. Let's deal with the other issues later on when we are now ourselves as a committee. We will deal with who said what to what. And if we think that one is going to take this country forward, if we think that accountability is to throw insults at each other, then that is not what this committee is all about. This committee is all, you see now I was even marking to say, which could be these questions that the minister has not responded to, so that I remind him to respond to them. So, my problem is that I want to appeal to all of you, even those who feel that they are provoked, stick to the line. Don't try to move, stick to the line, no matter how emotions are raising. Then when you are done, please increase your emotions because you are on your own. So bakutela wayeka kuzandidedela ke lapho. Okwamanje nangu line. Qhubeka Minister.
No, Chairperson, thank you. I'm just indicating that President Zuma is my president. I do not know anybody who's called Ubabaka Tutuzane in my work of place. I always respect my leaders as I respect these honorable members who have called me to come in account. And I do not want to put myself to answer questions that are not related. I don't know anybody called Ubabaka Tutuzane. I know His Excellency, President Jacob Zuma. That's how I'm gonna engage with any honorable member who want me to answer any question relating to the president, not to Ubabaka Tutuzane. I think I want to make that clear, so that we are clear. I would not know the web that has 118 million and how it was channeled and this way. I'm not part of that web. Or at least to my best knowledge, I've not seen the web. I've seen other webs that talks about other important that this committee, other people that this committee may and have never raised. Honorable members like Zwane Rupert and other members of your different parties. I've seen those webs. So this one I've not seen. Whether the money went from this account to that account, I think that question will be best answered by the owners of this web. I did not have anything to do with that 118 million. In fact, in the provinces, even here, the job of the tenders and that of money is not a function of ministers or MECs. If there is something untoward that I'm alerted to deal with, and during my stay in the Department of Agriculture, I may just highlight to the members that I did not stay in the Department of Agriculture throughout the time when this project was implemented. I was taken to economic development at some point for 2 years. That is why I keep on saying, in order for you to have a full story, go to the Free State. Because at some point there was another MEC there. But I do not remember a situation when I was there where I was alerted by KPMG or anybody of any wrongdoing. I think, Chair, these were the questions, and I've tried to answer them as much as I could. But it is my express view that the matters raised in this committee, the majority of them are a subject of the investigation. And in certain instances, legal reviews are underway. Then it is my humble request that we allow the relevant institutions to get to the details of this matter and ensure that we lay them to rest. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Minister, I think there were few questions that, in fact, there are few questions that I'm not sure. Okay, the KPMG one falls off. The 30 million is the one you said you don't know, because the 30 million is part of the 118, ne? Which was said it became a comeback for the wedding. I assume it's part of that. Then I think there was a direct one. In fact, there are two. The one to India, whether you missed the flight and then you flew to India, and what was it that took you to India? That is the one that I think is here. Then there is the one, I don't know the flight number. I thought the flight number was in relation to a private. Wait, Honorable Paul, but no, I said I will invite anyone if I need to be assisted as a chair. You know, we power in Omwangalala. You, hey, don't outsource me. Don't outsource me. Now, honorable members, I said, no matter how, you know, there's only one thing that I was taught. No matter how much you provoke me, I don't want to lie. I'm going to be very patient. You can provoke, as long as I'm going to do what I was supposed to do. Anything you do now that has got nothing to do with this meeting, you are free to do it, but you are doing it at your own. So, but it's me who's chairing. Do you want to chair? It's me who's chairing. I told you, I said, if you are not here, I don't understand. What is this level? Please, cool down, relax. You'll get your chance again. I'm one of the fairest chairperson you have ever met. I can guarantee you that one. Relax. I want the minister to answer the question. It's me from the chair. You usually ask in Parliament, Chair, my question, now I want the minister to answer the questions. So you could come back. Minister, I think I was talking about the flight to India and what was the purpose of finding yourself in India. Then there was the one whether you were ever on the Gupta plane. Then the number was mentioned. I will assume it was a private jet or private flight. So I think those were the two questions. Before I will come to another issue, honorable members. And I made that commitment, I'm okay with it. But we should be careful to go to a point where in the final analysis a question is asked, what does that have to do with your committee? Because this is a minister appointed in mineral resources. What does that have to, because you see, the problem is that after this process, we will then have to assess what the question members asked, what was the answer given. Whether when we discuss that, these answers that were given were relevant to the execution of executive action. I'm just saying, I will be more, I said again, I'm not denying members from asking questions, any question, but finally, I would love that these, like Honorable Pose says, 120% in agreement, have got the duty of this committee making this minister to account. But he's not just accounting, he must account on the execution of his executive authority. But any other question that we ask, we should be careful that in the final analysis, it may not be relevant to this committee, what he's answering. For an example, I would love members to focus, for instance, forget the question of ESCOM, but whether there was anything untowards in the deal with regards to Glencore, Tegeta, Oak Bay, and so forth. Because that committee must then look at that issue, whether is there something that went untowards, are there any complaints that were raised by the parties that were participant in that exercise. I'm just dealing with that thing so that we deal, that's why I said any question can be asked, but it must also assist this committee. Honorable Minister, can you answer these two questions?
Well, Chair, I thought I've answered them. I did say, so that I'm clear, I did go to India. I did go to Switzerland. I did go to Dubai. The details of my trips, as members would want to get, are on my answering papers, the subject of the court. So I think at that particular stage, my request is that let's deal with them at that particular stage. I did say I do not know anything about 30 million coming back to the wedding. Whose wedding? Because my wedding was long ago before that, if it's my wedding. So I do not know. I want to answer directly. What do I have to do with somebody's accounts from anywhere in the world to South Africa? They won't tell me what they are doing with their money. I believe that if somebody has earned their money, whether they have earned it from the department, how they use it, they won't come back to me and tell me we are now preparing for a wedding and we're going to take 30 million. If that is an issue, I would request with all the humility that let's ask the holders of the account. Thank you, Chair.